Okay, I got the head turned around. So I'm going to go ahead and blow off this big turd sticking up. I'm going to use my electric grinder to do that. So we're going to blend that, knock that down, and we'll blend the whole area in to what it is on the other side. So it'll be a nice round port now, instead of a couple of oval ports stuck together uneven. So anyway, we're just going to actually blow that out as quick as we can. So, out of the way. Coming in sideways on the cut. A little tip dip here. This is MIG welder tip dip. Works good for this too. It's on your hands, sticky. Okay, so I'm just coming in sideways right here. So you can see what's coming in sideways. Make sure I'm not digging in at all on this side over here anywhere. So I'm going to blow that thing off. Just find a spot where you can hold on to nice and not overcut. More dip. Sticking there with hot works easier. Flip the trigger on, it takes the excess off. So you can see I'm just blowing it through sideways. I'm going to go down a little bit too. Let it feed into the head a little bit deeper. I'm using my fingers as steadies, if you notice. That way you're not bouncing around with a cutter. Bounce, and I hit the top of the port too. There's a nick up on the top now. I hit something up in there. Alright, got most of it off. Hit over here, see. Alright, so try to blend that a little bit more with a cutter, and then we'll switch to a different cutter. I can't really see what I'm doing with this cutter in here. It's so damn big. Loading up the chips in there too. So we'll do just a little bit more with this cutter, and we'll flip over to a different cutter where I got more control of what's going on. Go to this cutter here. See if we can blend this in a little better. Trying to make it more even. We're not making it deeper. Where'd the line go? What line? Is there a line there somewhere? All cut out, blend it in, same height as the rest of the port. Done about the same way on both of these. This one's a little bit higher right here, I think, on the back side than this one is. So now we go back on the other side and trim it from the other way and see how smooth it is. So this one here, I got a little bit more material right in the center. I didn't quite cut it as low as this one here is, but we're pretty close. This one's more even. So, cutting down a hump, just gotta try not to remove too much metal. So I kind of went out to the marks here a little bit on my sides, just pre-marked it. Now when I pour it from this other way, you can see it better. Okay, now I'm going to go on the short side over here and blend it from this side. Go on this side of the machine to do that. Kind of in between where I want to be at. I guess we'll go to this side here. And cross our light here. Move something. Yeah, whatever. There we go. It works when it's dangled, see? When it dangles, it works. Sure, that's not dangerous. I like these old lights, but they always break. Same spot. They don't like to be twisted. Alright, now I got a good angle of attack where I can see what's going on. So all I can do is just put a light radius right to there. And that should take care of that. Well, my light went off? No, it's on. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit and smooth her up. And that part of the port will be done. So I'm going to trim it to the valve seat. Okay. I'm just going to knock the radius off a little bit. Not the radius, but the sharp edge. Okay. Get our blending cutter. Definitely shorter on the other side. So I knocked off the burr that was on there. Get it out so you can see better. So now it's got the sharp edge is gone. It's consistent all the way around. This head's a little bit sharper port than the other port is. This one's a little bit taller. All the way around is taller. It's got higher sides to it. I haven't even cut these sides yet, they're stock, but they're shorter. This port's shorter than the other port. So these ports are never equal, but this one's quite a bit different on the height-wise. This one's a lot shorter on its back side than what it was. I blended what the other sides were, but I should have left a little bit more height. Another 1/16 up there would have been nice, but the problem is it would have been a hump like that, which, yeah, it's a trade-off. The port's just too low, it needs to be raised up, but yeah, they are what they are. You can only do so much. We're not adding metal, we're only straightening out the mess that we have to work with. Okay. So this side over here, which is already cut away too much, way up underneath, we don't have anything to work with over here, so we're just going to blend. So this is the original head right here. This low spot all through here is original. From here to here is all stock. It'd be nice if there was more metal in here. I can make more of a radius, but it's not there. It's not there. So there's only so much we can do. So I could have probably left a little bit more in the center, but oh well, too late. Radius a little bit more. Not much to do there. Maybe a little bit to work in here. A little rough down by the guide. Alright. So knocked off some burrs there I can get to. You can still see the roughness in the very bottom, but this is smooth here. Try to radius a little bit more there, but it's only so much I can do. Like I said, it's a very short port. So I'm going to go in here and use my dull one. Try to lightly smooth it some more. Line between smoothing to make it a little smoother or leaving it, because the port's falling away too quickly. But yeah, that's a little bit better. The sharp edge is kind of gone there a little bit. Like I said, the port's just too damn low. Oh well. Yeah, you make them, both sides of the heads are not equal. It's called a core shift. Some ports are, port location is a little bit different depending on your machine head. Okay, this side over here, do the same thing for this side. Yeah, let's see over here. So this one over here, same deal. It's all low through here already. I can do a little light blend, and that's about it. We've already got the short side done up over here already. Nothing I can do there. A couple of spots through here that are just really light. I'll knock those out. Overall, the intake port is what it is. It's already sized correctly. The shape's good, so there's not a lot to change. Not a lot on this side. About it for that. Do a little smoothing. I'm over here. Alright. That's about much there. Blend the radius a little bit on the edge over there. That's all you can do is blend it. It's short here and it's short all the way around. Low port. Okay. Go back on this side. Let's see if there's anything to be done over here to speak of. Okay, tripod's in my way again. Why is the camera always in my way? It's going to be more in the way. Almost caught it. Okay. So when I sized the port earlier, see I cut the port right here to the line, but you can see the angle don't match. This angle don't match this angle. So now we're going to cut this from about here to here. We're going to cut this edge away and blend it from this height here all the way down to the port. So we're going to pick an angle that will do that. So we kind of sneak up on it a little bit. And we got to come over here like this over here and do the same thing over here. You can see there's a little bit of line left right there, but not much, so I don't really want to cut any deeper. I just want to blend it. You can still see some heavy grinding marks in there from something. Don't know what those are from. You can feel them. It's like washboard in there, but just a real rough, like a 36 grit sanding finish in there for something. Not sure what caused that. But this will take care of it. Okay, use our long fine one here. Light on the subject over here so you can see. Okay, so find out what the port angle is you want to be at, and then cut accordingly. See, I'm going uphill right now to the high spot. So change the angle a little bit so it's not quite so much of an angle. Find your sweet spot and go for it. You can kind of see what we're doing right there. You can still see the grind mark here. You can see how I've been grinding right through here, this area right through here. I've just been lightly touching against here. See the marks are still in there? I'm just kind of skimming that. I'm cutting right here. And we come over here and we cut this right here to make this angle go straight too. So we're cutting this spot right there. You do that just by moving your cutter different angles as I go back and forth. You see how my hand moves? You go like that. Just don't dig in over on this side. Takes practice. A lot of in and out will keep it from getting flat spotted on you. back and forth there. Check if we're grinding here. You can see that marker, it's a little bit thick right there. You can actually feel that when you're grinding. When you're going back and forth like this, you can feel the grinder where you hit a high spot. If you got a good feel what you're doing, it is. Okay, so you go back and forth, make sure there's no waves going this way. Waves coming out through the bottom of the port here. Make sure it's pretty good. So I'm going to go back up here, do a little blending right through here. And that's about it. Just a little bit of waviness right in that one area. Not much. We're going to attack it with a dull cutter so we know we're not taking out much. Basically almost nothing. Oh, that's the factory port there. That's a spot where the port has not been touched. See this gray area right here? This is the original low spot of the port where I have not even touched it yet because I've been hitting a lot of high spots all around it. It's a low spot, so I don't hit it. That's why you can feel it. So I'm just going to blow over it with my fine cutter there and just blend it. Even though it's a low spot, I'll blend it in just slightly. All right. Okay. So you can still see it's up in there, but now it's more hidden. You still see the low spots all through here where the gray areas or where I never even touched it. It's factory. But all this other stuff is smooth and straight now. It's just a very, very little bit bigger, not much. I could make that slightly bigger right there, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's close enough. The port shape's good. That's more important anyway. And I'm going to turn 180 degrees, do the other half of the port over here. Let's see, it's a bad spot to work. Yeah, I don't like this angle at all. It's either way too low or way too high. Guess I'll work low. Okay, this side of the port doesn't really need much of anything done to it. You can see with the sand mark there a little bit, so I can barely touch that a little bit deeper. There's a little bit of waviness right through here, not too bad. Overall the shape's good. This grinding marks is blended in already pretty good. All right. So if you're, when you finish grinding, doesn't dig into anything, you know you're doing good. Definitely wavy through that center point. Feel it. Real bad angle. Okay, so I'm going to cut right here. Just the angle is really bad, it's hard to feel it. So I got a little bit of a flat spot right here, and we also have a low spot right behind it. So to cut this down, we'll take out some of that, which would be an improvement. So this here is pretty even, a little wavy through here. I got to work at a different angle. The head's just in a bad angle for me to really feel what I'm doing here. So when things are not right, move it. Problem is this angle ain't much better. Something's got to change here. Loosen up a little bit. A little bit higher maybe. That might do the trick. Alright, we'll see if that works better. So you gotta just get things where you can work on it. If it's not comfortable, it's not any good. Something nicked into there somewhere. Much better. Something in there. All right. So see, I got almost out to line now. This low spot's almost gone, but it's still there. It's a lot straighter coming out. I don't care about this being a little bit higher right there and it hurting anything. We'll leave that. So I'm going to rotate it to get over in this area right here. And once again, bad angle. So now we're coming through at this angle here. So I don't know if you can see the faceted, kind of looks to it a little bit. There's a little bit of that faceting stuff going. There's a ridge coming right through here that I've put into there. And this is kind of really uneven all through here. This is where the original port kind of blends in at. This is where I cut all right through here. My finger I cut all through here. So. Alright, so we're coming back and forth in the original port where I've been cutting already. It's pretty straight, but it's, yeah, I think I can get it better. So I'll play with it a little bit. Problem is I'm not sure what I'm playing with. Just back and forth and get a kind of a feel where things are at. Doesn't take much to make a difference. That made a big difference actually. Those waviness weren't very tall, but you can feel it. It's a lot smoother now. The ridge is still kind of there, but it's not as pronounced as it was. I didn't cut out squat. You can see there's almost no chips. It just doesn't matter. These ripples in the road are gone now. It's like dragging a sand wash road. It doesn't take much to make a difference. Okay, so this drops down, got a little hump right there, and a big low spot up in here, which I do not like. That's what they left in there. That's the factory low spot there, I do not like. This flat spot up here is where I lightly dug in. This is the original port low down here. See how it's low? Not much I can do about that. Just flip it around and give a little bit of an area cut there. So I don't really want to move any metal out of this area, but maybe we can do something to help it a little bit. From this angle over here, get much better. Hold it where you can get to it. Okay, I'm just going to roll this around a little bit, back and forth a little bit, and call it done on this. It doesn't take much to make a difference. Okay, that's out. So what I did wrong on this job is I cut this too much right through here because I blended to match the other two sides, which was a mistake because those were low. I wasn't going back and forth, so I didn't, going from this side to this side. So I cut too much too quickly. I should have stopped when I got roughed in, came out around this side and saw where I was at. So this is a little bit too low through here now, relative to the other side. But it matches everything else that's in there because I matched it to the other side, so everything's low now. So that'll hurt the flow slightly. This head over here, hold it better. See, it's more of a rounded looking design to it. This one's more of a flat spot looking to it. It's flat because all this stuff is low. This one's more rounded looking here. So that's a little bit more higher of a short side. It's still very short, but it's a little bit taller than this one is. This one's just more of a pronounced drop off all of a sudden. This one still drops off pretty quick, but it's a little bit higher right here where my finger is. It's probably about a 30-second taller right through there. And it makes a huge difference on feel. 30 thousandths is huge. So I'll beat myself up over this for a while because I don't like it. But that's just the design we're dealing with. That's why my race bike I want to raise the ports up, come at a different angle. Get rid of all that bullshit. Alright, so that's about it for these ones here. So we're going to do all the combustion chamber work next. And I got to deburr this edge. Alright, let me clean this up, I'll be right back.